Thank you for staying with us. Time now for the AM News. In our first story, when his dream of becoming a world-class footballer did not materialize, Michael Adumaje's urge to see himself succeed, regardless of this, became his energy plug. After some ups and downs in changing jobs, Michael settled on barbering, a trade he practices with passion. He shares his struggles and successes with Hannah Odame in today's Story of Hope series.
Michael has always nurtured a strong ambition of being a footballer. He had imagined himself on the international stage, playing in the big leagues. When he completed junior high school, he put all his eggs in one basket, football or nothing else. So he traveled to Accra from Asamankese in the eastern region to make the He soon realized how it wasn't that easy to be accepted into a football team.
I went to Sahara where I was told selection of players is done. I was asked to pay 500 cedis registration fee, but I didn't have the money, so I had to find another means to survive. 500.
Looking like a shattered dream, Michael refused to go back home. He quickly had to make another plan to survive. He tried his hands on jobs that could fetch in money.
So I found work by washing utensils for a kinky seller. After a while, I changed to helping produce and sell paints. That too didn't earn me much money. So I started selling buffalo. I carried it on my head and hawked around to sell. I left that too to sell fried rice, but I had to again quit to go back to selling paint, as I saw that as more lucrative.
Michael got excited about migrating to South Africa. A client convinced him that he would earn more money whilst there.
One day, I met Madam Gaibi.
One day, when I came to work, I met a barber who encouraged me to learn the trade. I wasn't interested because I wanted to learn tailoring, but after some counsel, I decided to learn how to barber, and through that, I traveled to SA based on the conviction of a friend.
He touched down in Johannesburg and called the person who was supposed to host him. For over 10 hours, the person did not answer his phone call. After loitering in the airport, migration officials became suspicious of his moves and sent him back to Ghana on the next available flight.
Take the airport now, also the family. You do how much be say 4 up to an job 10 still no buy.
Oh.
From
4 a.m. when I landed in SA at 10 p.m., my host never picked his calls, even from the immigration officers. They then became suspicious and deported me back to Ghana.
South Africa airport, back to a film.
With no money left, no job to hold on to, and no one to look up to, Michael decided to go back home to Asamankese. But some friends convinced him not to take that route. It took him so many years to bounce back. Eventually, the ever-determined Michael got back on his feet and now owns a barbering shop.
Bye, the hozu be brave, because I'm a seiska. See, a month time,
I spent all my money on the South African trip, so when I came back, I really cried. I felt all was lost. I hustled a lot but could not get much money. I decided to go back to work with my former boss. After working for a while, I thought of getting my own shop. So in 2018, I rented this place, and today I tirelessly work towards making this work for me.
His friend admires his determination.
I know Michael to be very hardworking. Somebody who doesn't give up easily. Yeah, because I have had an opportunity to be around his story. In as much as a yaw, the downs and everything, but he didn't give up. Full of disappointment, but he came back strongly and started all over again. And right now, he's Mickey Barbering. A barber owner, like a shop owner.
Yeah. Married with a child, Michael says he still longs to play football, but not on a competitive basis. His advice to the youth is simple: giving up shall never be an option.
We all have desires, but sometimes achieving them becomes difficult. Don't sit down doing nothing. You have to try something else, just as I did. I also urge my brothers and sisters to trust in God to give them the best. And like me, they would also survive.
For JoyNews, I am Hannah Odame.
In our next story, residents of Tutukpene in the Nkwanta South municipality are asking government to fix a health post in the area. The 50-year-old facility is in a state of disrepair, leaving residents to travel at least 18 kilometers to the Nkwanta South area or the regional capital, Dambai, to seek medical attention. Peter Senu visited the community and filed this report.
Built in 1973, the only maintenance or renovation works the facility has seen is the construction of a reservoir in 1999. Currently, the ceiling and the roofing of the facility are in complete disrepair. The roofing leaks badly and has affected the ceiling. This is what happens anytime it rains. This is what the residents are worried about. Kisi Raymond is one of the concerned elders of Tutukpene.
This clinic was built and opened in 1973. The whole building is leaking. Damage is on it. Several times our assemblyman sent a report to the district assembly saying they will come and renovate everything for us. Since then, nothing was done. So we are yet to see whatever will happen.
Augustine Melebo is the secretary to the chief of the area.
The community itself is making efforts. I could remember we have achieved some money from a company who came to saw timber here. We wanted to use that money to renovate this facility, but because we needed a police station, so instead of the money going this way, it rather went the other way. It is our interest, and we are crying out that if any NGO or any other person comes to this aid and tries to help us, we will be very, 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 very happy.
In this room, both in and out patients are received. Privacy and comfort are non-existent. The delivery bed has also outlived its usefulness, as one of the arms a woman in labor would rest her leg is absent.
Yes, it's not the best as required. As you can see, there's one leg here, the other one is not there. So you can imagine when a pregnant woman lies here, where will the other leg be?
The facility rather needs urgent medical attention. Here is Solomon, the in charge of the facility.
The main problem here is our facility is bad shape. From the roofing to the ceilings to the louvers to the floor, everything is in bad shape. When it rains, we can't even sit to attend to clients. We need a lot of things at the delivery room. And when you come to A&C aspect, we need like a scan that we can, pregnant women, when they come, they can be doing scan for them because we don't have that. And when somebody is in need, they have to go to either Nkwanta or Dambai. And you know, the road is not in good shape. I know a pregnant woman being in this bad road, you can imagine what will happen.
Edu Francis is the assembly member for the area.
We are appealing to the government to come to our aid, likewise NGOs to come to our aid and help, because this facility serves people from Ofosu to Gechibi, and it's a big facility. When you take out the two main hospitals in the municipality, which is the Medical Village and St. Joseph, this happened to be the biggest among the two. So we are pleading they should help renovate it. We have the workers here so that our people can receive good health care.
Peter Senu for JoyNews.
Now, the OT Regional Minister, Joshua Makubu, says the continuous state of disrepair of the steel bridge in the Nkwanta South municipality is a source of frustration for him as a resident of that area. According to him, the continuous rainfall and erosion around the steel bridge is affecting economic activity in the municipality. The minister has been speaking to correspondent Peter Senu.
From all indications, I feel it's a frustrating situation for you. Is that the case?
No, it's beyond frustration. As I speak to you today, let's look at economic activities. For such, an indigene of Nkwanta who has mobilized resources and put up a hotel. For the past 1 month, nobody can access the hotel. You can sleep there. So he's running into huge losses. We have, I met my regional director of Agric at the after this thing. Now he parks his car at the, what do you call it? The Agric, the police station. And dangerously try to cross by foot. That thing that is left is not even up to an inch. So today when we wake up and we are told that a regional director of Agric has fallen into a ditch by attempting to go home. As we speak now, the Chabobo National Park is on the other side. It cannot be accessed again. The people there, what are they doing?
The 1D1F is also there.
Yeah, one district, one factory for Gary processing is there. The one warehouse, one district, one warehouse is also there. So I think that, and if you look at the population from Odomi, Gekron, Keri, Pawa, Kwe, Jatwekra, and all those other communities, Shari, Nyambo, Chilinga, and other things. The population is so huge and dense. As I speak to you now, some teachers have also used that as well, an excuse, and they no longer go to school. So I can tell you that our primary school people in Keri and all those, some of them have not seen their teachers for the past 1 month as a result of the collapse. And today, you can ask, if I am the education director, you cannot insist that a teacher should go park the motorbike and just where one foot will start. Then the bridge itself can can fall into it at any time at the slightest push. So it's very dangerous. So my advocacy is even that we should have a way of removing the collapsed bridge so that the temptation to try to use it will not even be there. If not, we have heard of a couple of accidents. Death will follow. So this is more than a frustration situation. And to be very frank with you, it's a crisis.
Now, residents in the Sisala East municipality and the Wa East district of the Upper West region are worried about the poor state of roads in that enclave. The area, considered the food basket of the region, has the worst roads in that region. Rafiq Salam, who traveled on the Halemboy Nabolodu East Road, reports that due to the deplorable nature of the road, vehicles and motorbikes plying the route easily break down, leaving passengers stranded.
If there's only one thing that the Sisal East municipality and the West district have in common, apart from sharing boundaries, is the deplorable roles that have enveloped the two Sisal enclaves. The cruel reality, however, is that the enclave is the food basket of the region and sometimes tops the chart in the country when it comes to maize production. The irony of the aforementioned is that when the European Union granted the government over 35 million euros to construct farm access roads, they were completely ignored, prompting protests from the chiefs and people of the Sisal enclave, which yielded no results. This is the fancy Harambo-Nebrodu East Road, which is about 53 kilometers. It is deplorable, bumpy, full of big gullies and small dams one would have mistaken for one of the government flagship programs, One Village, One Dam. We bumped into these women, majority of whom were traveling from Mandwani and Nabulu in the Sisal East to Fancy in the West district for a funeral. There were over 2 dozen of them being transported by 2 motorcanes and both got stuck on one of the many big gullies filled with water. The operators and some of the few passengers are some forces to push them out. One of the motorcanes developed a fault and the engine unable to start again.
Motorcane cross bars and week here. Mobi Lamarate. One of them correct. One is no good. The motorcane operator is telling me that the crotch bar is now spoiled as a result of the bad road, and because of that he cannot pick at least the passengers that were on the bucket of the motorcane.
There were 15 passengers. Some having their babies stopped at their backs, got stranded as a result. Chekwa Bayon Havambie is one of them and explains why.
Now, some people were moving with their motorcane and we were following. They nearly fell inside the water. Now, right now, our motorcane have spoiled. The cross bars have spoiled. Now we are in between 2 villages. We can't move forward, we can't go back, just because of the road. If not, because if the roads were well done, we wouldn't have been here. But until we are stuck here, we can't go back to the below, we can't go to Halambele too. And our motor, it has spoiled. We don't know what to do now. We are just standing. Now we don't know what will happen. So we are pleading on the government. They should just work on our roads for us.
Apart from this area, which we consider to be like
not only this
a dam, so what about the other roads?
Coming. Other roads is even worse, especially from Wahabu to Walambele to Bukubele, from Mandwanu to Nabukubele. Just from this road, Bichambele, all the way to this place, it's the same problem. The same problem. Last one car even fell with people. Some got injured because of this. They fell in the water. Some got injured. Some with broken legs. Some with just injuries all over their bodies.
She also spoke of a close shave with Dave some months ago.
From Mandwanu to Nabukubele, and I was sitting just at the end. My legs were outside like this. So when we were going there, there was a pothole that the motorcade driver didn't know, and he jumped on it. So I fell down, and I didn't fall. I was standing. I fell and I was standing, and I held the motorcade back this way, and it moved because it's not where that I fell. It moved, and I used my oxbow to hit the motorcade. That I nearly died. They have to send me to the hospital that day.
The operator of the motorcade later approached us for a favor to pick him and the rest of the passengers to Fancy to enable him look for a mechanic to repair the faulty crotch bar.
So now they are now pleading on us to pick them from Nebulo straight to Halambole Fancy. And so we are right here. They are currently stranded and they have no way to go. And so the only help that we can give to them is to also pick them on the bucket of our pickup straight to Fancy. The people in the Sisala East is that they want their roads to be motorable. They have been pleading on government to come to their aid, but it appears that government has not heeded to their plea. Until the roads are worked on in the municipality, people in this enclave will continue to suffer. Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam, Halaboy,
Now, from the issue of bad roads, let's veer into the terrain of art and music, which share numerous similarities. But the contrast between them has always been striking. African musician Mr. Eazi is on a mission to blur these distinctions through his latest album, Evil Genius, drawing inspiration from the depths of his inner self and the echoes of his childhood. Jacqueline Ansumayabwa has more in this report.
To transcend the ordinary, popular Ghanaian-based Nigerian artist, Mr. Eazi has brought together artists from diverse corners of the world, each weaving their interpretations into the very fabrics of his songs on his new album titled Evil Genius. Mr. Eazi says this innovative synergy between music and visual art breathed new life into his new album.
Earlier, I just wanted to be able to do something different to make this album together, and I feel sometimes when we make albums, the music videos might not fully capture our expression, and because this album is very personal to me, I was looking for a way to more personally tell the story of the album. And right now everything I'm looking at doing is connecting African music, African culture, African art, African movies together, and so with this I've been able to merge African art and African music, and this is what inspires me right now: art, music, movies, sports, and it's what I'm about now, is what I invest in, is what I feel is my calling to impact the creative community in Africa.
Terminator hit singer King Promise joined the chorus of admiration for Mr. Eazi.
Classic, amazing, creative, artistic. You can see by what he's even doing right now. It's not even just music, but just art in general. It's a masterpiece. So shout out to my boy Tosin, man. So you crazy guy, he's always coming up with some crazy ideas, and he never stops. I just feel like he's blessed differently,
Political luminary Gabi Ochirida was utterly captivated after listening to the tracks from the album.
If you are creative, you have a responsibility to promote creativity in every facet. And for me, this is African creativity at its best.
The full album is expected to be released in October. For JoyNews, Jacqueline Ansumayabwa.
And that's how we cap off the news this morning on that artistic note. But stay tuned, because there's more coming your way shortly as we get into the newspapers with Maxwell Lukuto. We'll be right back.